the Nvidia Shield, one of the best Android TV boxes for gaming. Today I want to test several different Bluetooth controllers on this device, see which ones work, see which ones don't, and overall, which one is the best in my opinion. So without any more babble, let's get into it. Alright, welcome back to another episode of We Test on the Deem channel, and as I said, we're gonna be testing several different Bluetooth controllers on the Nvidia Shield. And as you can see over here, these are 3 Nintendo Switch controllers. This is the Pro official Nintendo controller. The other 2 are third-party controllers that I have tested on the Nintendo Switch, and they're pretty decent. Now, I have no hope for any of these working, but they're worth a try. And then over here on this side, we have 3 controllers that I have already tested and know that work. This is your GameSir 3GS, and this is your GameSir G4. Now, I wish this was the S. We'll get into that in a minute here. And that's your Xbox One controller that came with my Xbox One S. Now, this one we're going to save for last. So do watch the video in all its entirety if you're interested in seeing that. And then we also have your PS4 controller here. I don't know if this is going to work. It's Bluetooth, but you know how it acts when trying to get this thing connected to your PS4. If you connect it to another PS4, you have to use the USB wire. So I don't know how that's going to work. There might have to be some research involved. But before we get into that, I'd like to say, don't forget to let me spend my money so you don't waste yours by hitting that subscribe button. And Jesus, I thought I cut my nails and I didn't. And people who watch my videos will see that a lot. Sorry guys. Let's get into the first controller, and that controller is gonna be the GameSir G3S. It's extremely simple to connect the GameSir 3GS to your Nvidia Shield because it comes with this USB dongle. So for the most part, all you do is connect this to the back of your Nvidia Shield here on the USB port. Now, the only problem with this is if you have a USB drive in here for extra storage, because the new models of the Nvidia Shield do not come with internal storage, nor does it come with an SD card, which is a big letdown. You now took up all the USB ports on the console, so you can't put another controller in, you can't put another USB drive in, they're all taken up. Now, simply after that's connected, all you do is hit the home button here. And the controller automatically works with the console. For the most part, I didn't see any games that I had played with this controller that needed mapping. But let's go ahead. Let's play Tomb Raider here. This is Geforce now, which is one of the definite pluses to the Nvidia Shield, is that if you don't have a gaming PC like I don't, which I wish I did, you can play console-style games through Geforce now, streamed off of Nvidia's servers. Alright. Let's go ahead and hit continue. I haven't played through much of this game because unfortunately my internet connection is not that great. And as you can see, it's working now. You do have some sort of pixelation and stuttering, but it gets worse when other people are on my Wi-Fi. But as you can see, the controller does work. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the best controllers to probably use with your Nvidia Shield. And it does come in 3 colors. It comes, I think, in an all black, an orange, and this green color, which I was automatically attracted to. And it does happen to match the color scheme for the Nvidia Shield. Definitely a controller you should take a look at if you're looking for a controller for your Nvidia Shield. I did happen to forget to mention that on this controller and some of the other controllers we're going to feature in this, that center button does act as the home button, so that is definitely A+. The next controller is the GameSir G4. Now, unfortunately, this is not the S model. There are two different models. I was upset to find out that I didn't realize that and bought this model. This is strictly Bluetooth only and does not come with the dongle down here like the S model does. So when you're looking for this controller, do pay attention to that. Make sure you get the S model. Now, I've done a review of GameSir controllers on my website. Link in the description down below to reviewsbythisguy.com. You go ahead and check that review out to check out all the GameSir controllers. Now, you have to go ahead and connect this controller via Bluetooth. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and turn the controller on. That center should blink, and now you know you're in pairing mode. Let's set that down. Go up here to the menu. Same with all Android devices. You're going to go down to remotes and accessories. And as you can see, it's connected. Now, this is the issue that I have. Like, the controller will not reconnect after it goes off. And that's my problem with it. So I have to go in here, unpair, hit OK. Then go back up here and add accessories to get the controller repaired. It is quite frustrating. So I will be replacing this with the S model at some point with the dongle. Does take some time, and there it goes. It vibrated and I almost dropped it. Controller is now paired. Now I can use the controller to move through the menus. Let's go ahead and see if it works on a game. Let's try Tomb Raider again. Let's hope it connects this time, seeing where my internet is acting a fool. I love you, Windstream. Best internet out there. Not. We got the game on. You see how pixelated it is and how slow it's moving. Let's hope we can at least show you the controller working. As you can see, it's moving through the menus. It is a really nice controller. If I had to compare it to something, I'd compare it to the Xbox One controller. Maybe not this model, maybe the one that came with the original Xbox. And as you can see, it's moving, but because of the internet acting a fool, it's a pain. But I just wanted to get to show you that the controller is working. And it is a fairly decent controller. It's got some weight to it. It's got these nice rubber grips. The quality of it is pretty good. The analog sticks are good. The D-pad's good in my opinion. The light up buttons are kind of cool, which you can shut off. And if you're using it for a cell phone, it does have the cell phone bracket. So that's pretty cool. Great controller. Definitely worth it if you're looking for a controller for the Nvidia Shield. Next controller I want to test is this Moga Pro Power. Now, a while back, I did a review on Moga controllers on my website, reviewsbythisguy.com. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I ever did a video on any of them, but out of all those controllers that I reviewed, this was the one I kept. If you're interested in finding out more about Moga controllers, the link will be in the description down below to my website. You can go ahead and check that out. Now, I will say that these guys are getting scarce. There are maybe one of these guys on Amazon and a couple that are on eBay. They are really good mobile controllers. They were made specifically for mobile gaming in mind. This one is kind of a hybrid for mobile and console gaming. As you can see, it has the extender clip here for putting your cell phone in, but it also shuts closed, and it looks like a pretty sleek console controller. Now, these controllers do have the boost technology where you can charge your cell phone while you play, but that's not what we're doing here today. We're connecting this guy to the Nvidia Shield. Now, to do that, you want to open up the clip, and down here you see your power button. You're going to want to turn that over to A. We can go ahead, shut that off, and as you can see, we have power. Now we're going to connect this the same way we did the GameSir G4. I do want to say that this guy is pretty sturdy. It has a good weight to it. The quality is really good. Yes, this gloss gets a lot of fingerprints, but you probably would have assumed that. You're going to want to flip up the extender arm, and at the bottom here you'll see a switch that says A and B. Switch that to B, which works with Android 3.0 and up. And since it's not connected, you'll see the blue lights here blinking. That means it's in pairing mode. We're going to take the Nvidia Shield remote, go up to settings. We're going to go down, as always, to remotes and accessories, add accessories, and hope it finds the controller now. And there you go, right away, the Moga Pro 2. Go ahead, select that. It'll start the pairing. And there you go. It's connected and it's working. Right off the bat, the analog stick's working, the D-pad's working, and the action buttons seem to be working. Let's go ahead, let's get a game going. Tomb Raider as always. Now with some games you might have to map the buttons, but for the most part this is working. Let's go ahead and try Tomb Raider. And the reason I keep playing Tomb Raider, well, first off, I don't have any games on the Nvidia Shield. Like I said, I had to restart it. And two, because it's a console game. Hit A is working. And if you look closely, it has these braille dots, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the first controller. So if you have 4 of these guys, each controller will light up with a different player. As you can see, it's working a little better than before. Still not good. I can't wait to get a good internet connection. Let's go ahead and load this up. This is merely just for purposes of seeing the controller work. As you can see, I can move around, I can hit things, run, jump. All the buttons are working, and it does pause. Here's the start button. The only thing with this controller, there is no button you can map as a home key. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is go and exit to the menu. And quit game. Pretty decent controller for the Nvidia Shield. It is, like I said, made of really good quality, really sturdy, really heavy. It feels real good in the hands. I mean, it feels really comfortable. The only problem, like I said, this controller is kind of scarce. You can hardly find it. A little on eBay, one on Amazon. Either way, great controller for your Nvidia Shield. Definitely recommend it if you can find one and pick it up, especially used. It definitely is worth it, especially if you're even trying to get this for your Android phone. As I said, it has boost technology, which charges your phone. Our next controller here is the J&T wireless Bluetooth controller. I got this controller originally for my Nintendo Switch. Now, I never did an actual review on this, but it was in a video I did for Nintendo Switch accessories. And that video can be found up here or in the description down below. It is a fairly good constructed controller. It resembles the Xbox One. I'm almost certain this is compatible with the Nintendo Switch, PC, Android, and Xbox One. Now, don't quote me on the Xbox One. In the last clip, that Moga Pro Power controller, I did turn it off and it did repair. I want to state that because the G4 one that I had, it would not repair after the controller went off. Now, I did have that controller sitting for a little while and then it wouldn't pair, but as soon as I put that controller close to the Nvidia Shield here, it did repair, so you probably won't have an issue with that. But getting back into this J&T, I don't know if it's going to connect to this Nvidia Shield. Alright, let's go back to our accessories. Let's go ahead and put this in pairing mode. Just hold the button in. Now it's blinking. Let's go to add accessory. Now there might be a button combination I gotta press to put it in the right pairing mode. As you can see, it went off. Let me see if I hold like that button and Y. And there you go. See, it found it. So you're gonna want to hold that home button and the Y button simultaneously. We got something. I don't know why it's saying second controller. Nothing. As you can see, it's not working. Now let's see if there's another button combination. Maybe if I hold this. Nope. Nope. Let's try A. Nothing there. There is a reset here. Seems like the only combination that works is that home and Y, but then the controller itself does not work. Now it finds it. I'm going to try pairing it again, and it does this second player thing again, and the controller does not work. Looks like I'm going to have to do a little more research on this one. I'm not counting it out just yet, but for now, for this video, I wouldn't suggest getting this J&T Bluetooth controller. It does, however, work for the Switch. If you're looking for a good third-party controller for the Switch, a good, affordable, cheap one, definitely suggest this one. But for the price, the quality of the plastic is really good. The analog sticks are good. The thumb pad is good, and the action buttons are good. Everything's made of decent quality. Alright, next controller we're going to take a look at and test is this Orts gaming controller. Once again, this controller was made for the Nintendo Switch. As you can see, your home button here, your plus and minus, and this controller itself, as well as a fairly affordable Nintendo Switch Bluetooth controller. It is made of really good quality. It definitely resembles the G3 here from GameSir and somewhat your PlayStation 4 layout. It is made of really good plastic. The analog stick feels good. The thumb pad is, or the D-pad, why do I keep saying thumb pad, feels really good, and the rest of the buttons as well. It does have this rubber grip on it, and I believe that this one is a C charger, so you can charge it with your Nintendo Switch cable. Let's go ahead, turn it on, see if we can get it paired. I have heard that this does work with Android, PC. I think it also said PS4 and Xbox One. Don't quote me on all of those, but it definitely is a really good Nintendo Switch controller. Let's go ahead, see if we can get it paired to the Nvidia Shield. Turn it on here. Should be in pairing mode. Try this again. As you can see, it blinks different. I think that means it's in a different pairing mode. So far, nothing again. Let's go ahead, try a different one. Nah, that looks like it's blinking the same way. I don't think this button combination I'm just trying off the top of my head is actually working. There you go. If you hold the button in longer, you get these lights blinking rapidly. And no, wait, whoa, the D-pad doesn't work, but the analog stick is definitely working. And the A button's working. B button's working, it's backing out. Let's see if we can get a game going. And you're able to look around. Yeah, the controller's working. That is definitely exciting. I'm glad to see this controller working. Like I said, I like the construction. I like the overall look. I like the grips here. It is definitely a good controller for your Nintendo Switch and your Nvidia Shield. Next controller is an official Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Once again, I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't tested it previously before recording this. As you can see here, that's the pairing button. So let's go ahead and press that and see what we get here. We should get the lights down here. There you go. Go up and see if we can pair this. See if it actually automatically, it seems like it found it. Seems like it has connected. It is moving. The D-pad's moving, although it's not functioning very well. As you can see, no response. There is definitely a delay. Yeah, there's a really bad lag. Action button's not working. There it goes. There is a bad delay. Oh, that's upsetting. Let's unpair. Alright, the controller is unpaired. Let's try this one more time. And yeah, we're still getting a really horrible delay. Right now, nothing. See if I take the controller away, if that works better. Nope. I mean, this is extreme long delay. That's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to this official Nintendo Switch Pro controller working. Now maybe if I upgrade here to the 7.2.2 experience, I don't know why I said experience, maybe that might make this controller work better. Maybe there's a different pairing mode I gotta put this in. I don't know. So far it's not working, and that is extremely upsetting. Before I count it out, let me try one more thing which is hold the pairing button a little longer. Maybe there's a different pairing mode I can put it in. I highly doubt that. Let me go ahead, hold this for a little bit longer. No, I don't see it changing any speeds of the lights. I think we're gonna have to count this guy out. Next controller I'm gonna test on the Nvidia Shield is your PS4 DualShock controller. Now this one I definitely did a little research on, unlike some of the rest of the controllers, and apparently if you hold the PlayStation button, the share button here, it should put it into pairing mode. Looks like it's blinking. That definitely means it should be the pairing. Let's go to add accessories, and look, we got a wireless controller that has been detected, and we got a solid blue light here. It says it's paired. See if I can. Nah, that's taking it out of focus. These lights are a little too bright. Let's lower them. Nah, we should be good there. D-pad's working. Analog stick is working. It's working kind of like the PlayStation. The circle's backing out and X is selecting. So let's go ahead. Let's try some Tomb Raider again. For those who are used to using the PlayStation 4 will be happy to know PS4 controller does work, and it was fairly easy to connect. It was really easy to connect. It's crawling, that's jumping. Let's see if the option button pauses it. There you go, you got the pause. I don't think the share button's actually going to do something, but let's give it a try. Yeah, the share button goes into the map. I saved what I think is the best for last, and the option that more people are going to go with, and that is your Xbox One controller. Now, before you get the Xbox One controller connected to your Shield, you have to make sure that you have the Bluetooth version of the controller, which is this one. You can tell by the design here, it is flush. Well, not really flush, but it's connected with the design, unlike the original Xbox One controller, which this top part here was separate. I will put a picture of that controller up on the screen now, but this is the controller you're looking for. This one specifically came with the Xbox One S, which is the slim model, so you'll probably want to look for the slim model controllers. This is fairly easy to connect. The one thing you want to make sure is that your Xbox One is unplugged, or else the controller will just turn that on. First, you want to turn the controller on, and now you hit the pairing mode. Now, as it blinks like that, that means we're in pairing mode. Then we go into settings again. As always, you go down here to add accessories, and it should find the controller. There you go, Xbox One wireless controller. Go ahead, select that. It will start the pairing. Controller will be paired, and for the most part, work out the box. Now, as I said, there's going to be games you're going to want to map the buttons for, and that more than likely are just going to be your Android games. But when you're on Geforce now, as I've been playing, this Tomb Raider game, the controller should work right out the box. Might I say, this is a pretty slick looking Xbox One controller. This is the Gears of War 4 Special Edition controller. I've done videos on this and the console. As you can see, it works. D-pad's working. Analog stick working. Action button is working. As you can see, that's working. Go ahead, walk over. There's the crawl button, the jump button. Like I said, this is going to be the better option. You can get these controllers for a decent price. Normally they are rather expensive, but if you shop around, you can get one. You also can go to the Xbox Controller Lab, I think it's called, and you can actually custom make one that will possibly match this. You can go all black with like green analog sticks and green buttons just to match the Nvidia Shield. That was 8 different Bluetooth controllers that I paired to the Nvidia Shield. Had these controllers laying around, definitely thought it was worth a try. I do like testing out controllers on different devices. Out of the 8 controllers, 6 controllers worked. There were 2 that did not work. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure that they do not work, and will I give up on them? Probably not. I'm testing out TikTok. I guess it's an app to see if I can just put short videos up of testing things that did not make it into some videos. If people ask me certain questions in the comments down below to test certain controllers out, I definitely am going to try to put it up on that app. I'm not sure that that's the app I'm going to use, but I'm going to definitely try it out. I'm going to definitely look for other options. Either way, all the controllers that did worked flawlessly. One Orts controller here, everything worked but the D-pad there. But I think your most anticipated controller that people are going to use is your Xbox One S and possibly your PS4 DualShock controller. These are controllers that most people are used to using, so those are the controllers they're going to want to connect to their Shield. And if you have any questions about any of the controllers that were featured in this video, do ask. The links for them will be in the description down below. Also, if there's any controllers that you would like to see working on the Nvidia Shield, do leave that in the comments down below. I will definitely try to test those out on here. If I don't have them, I might purchase them. Also want to let you know that at some point I'm going to be testing a couple of USB controllers on here with some emulation, maybe some Super Nintendo, Sega, maybe even some PlayStation. And I would like to see if GameCube works on here. I'm not entirely sure it does. I don't know if ETA Prime did a video on that, but if it does, I do want to try a GameCube controller on here. So that is in the works and should be out within the next week, hopefully. I also want to let you know that that video testing some more emulation on the TV will be out as well. If you liked what was contained in this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, you can always hit that thumbs down. You could always leave me constructive criticism as to what you disagreed with or didn't like in the comments down below. Don't forget to consider sharing amongst your friends and the rest of your social media. And as always, don't forget to let me spend my money so you don't waste yours by hitting that subscribe button.